Right now in Nigeria, the political temperature is rising again, and many people are watching closely because something very interesting is happening. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is facing growing criticism from opposition voices. And at the center of the conversation are two strong political figures, Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. Many Nigerians are asking one big question. Are these two leaders quietly aligning? And if they do, what does that mean for President Tinubu and the future of the country? In recent months, the opposition space has become more active. Peter Obi, who ran under the Labour Party in the last election, continues to speak about governance, economic hardship, and accountability. Atiku Abubakar, former vice president and long-time presidential contender, has also been vocal about what he believes needs to improve in the country. Both men, though from different political backgrounds, are speaking in similar tones when it comes to concerns about the economy, cost of living, and democratic participation. Many political observers are now noticing that when two major opposition figures begin to speak in similar language, people start to imagine cooperation. It does not automatically mean there is a formal alliance, but in politics, perception matters. When citizens see two former rivals appearing on similar platforms, attending similar discussions, or sharing similar messages, it creates a strong narrative. President Tinubu has been in office dealing with serious economic reforms. Some of his policies, especially around fuel subsidy removal and currency management, have generated mixed reactions. Supporters say these are long-term corrective measures. Critics argue that the short-term impact on citizens is heavy. When reforms are bold, reactions are always strong. That is normal in any democracy. Peter Obi has continued to emphasize fiscal discipline, production, and institutional reform. Atiku Abubakar continues to push conversations around restructuring, economic liberalization, and broader democratic engagement. While their approaches may not be identical, both men position themselves as alternatives to the current administration. That alone creates political pressure. In politics, pressure is not necessarily negative. It is part of democratic balance. When the ruling government faces strong opposition voices, it encourages debate, policy explanation, and sometimes adjustment. This is how democratic systems mature. But here is where the real twist comes in. Some political analysts believe that if the opposition remains divided, it strengthens the ruling party's position. However, if opposition leaders find common ground, even without merging fully, it can reshape the political map. That is why the idea of Obi and Atiku cooperating has caught so much attention. Now imagine this scenario. Two major opposition figures decide to support a single direction, whether through coalition talks or strategic agreements. It does not even have to be a joint ticket. It could be issue-based collaboration. It could be legislative cooperation. It could be coordinated messaging. Even that changes the dynamics. However, we must be very careful not to confuse speculation with confirmed agreements. Up to this moment, there has been no official announcement of a formal joint presidential ticket between Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. Political conversations are happening. Meetings are being held across parties. But formal declarations are a different matter entirely. Nigerian politics is known for negotiations that happen quietly before anything becomes public. Leaders test the waters. They measure public reaction. They speak indirectly. They send signals. The public reads those signals and builds expectations. At the same time, the President Tinubu and his allies are not sitting quietly. The ruling party continues to strengthen its structure, especially at state and grassroots levels. Political strategy is continuous. It does not stop after elections. That is why many believe 2027 conversations are already shaping up, even though it may look early. But unity in politics is never simple. Personal ambitions, party structures, loyal supporters, and ideological differences all play a role. Atiku has been a presidential candidate multiple times. Peter Obi has built a passionate support base of young voters and professionals. Both have strong identities. Bringing those identities into one unified structure requires negotiation and compromise. Tinubu is a seasoned political strategist. He has built alliances across regions for decades. He understands coalition politics very well. In fact, many analysts say his rise to the presidency was built on careful alliance building. So if opposition leaders are thinking about unity, it is not a new language to the current president. He knows that game. This means the political chessboard is complex. Every move triggers another move. See, if Obi and Atiku speak closely, the ruling camp may strengthen its own partnerships. Governors, lawmakers, party elders all become important pieces in the bigger picture. Meanwhile, ordinary Nigerians are watching. Many citizens are less interested in political drama and more interested in economic relief. Inflation, job opportunities, exchange rates, and security remain daily concerns. So whichever political camp can convince Nigerians that it offers stability and improvement will gain advantage. In this moment, the narrative of Tinubu under fire is more about political debate than crisis. Criticism in a democracy is normal. It does not automatically mean instability. It means conversation. It means challenge. It means accountability. There is also another layer, youth engagement. Peter Obi's last campaign energized many young voters. Atiku has long-standing networks across regions. If both camps find a way to align their supporters without internal conflict, that could shift voter enthusiasm. But managing supporter expectations is also delicate. Passionate supporters do not easily compromise. Political analysts are therefore watching carefully. They are asking, will discussions lead to a formal coalition? Or will individual ambitions keep each leader on separate tracks? Nigerian history shows both possibilities have happened before. At the same time, President Tinubu's administration continues to emphasize economic reforms as necessary for long-term growth. The argument from the government side is that structural corrections may feel difficult at first, but they are designed to stabilize the system in the future. As supporters highlight infrastructure efforts and fiscal adjustments, critics highlight the cost of living. Politics thrives in this space of contrast. Let us also remember that elections are influenced not only by leaders, but by voter turnout. Engagement levels matter. If citizens feel motivated, participation increases. If they feel disconnected, turnout drops. That is why both government and opposition constantly speak about democracy and participation. As the months move forward, we will likely see more meetings, more statements, more speculation. Some of it will be strategic. Some of it will be media exaggeration. That is why it is important to separate confirmed facts from online excitement. Right now, what we can confidently say is this. There is growing discussion about opposition coordination. There is no confirmed joint presidential ticket. President Tinubu remains focused on governance while managing criticism. And the political space is becoming more competitive. That competition is not necessarily negative. It can encourage stronger policies, better messaging, and more accountability. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates